This is ninth one. Four-point charges named as QA, QB, QC, QD are located at corners ABCD of side 10 centimeter. What is force on 1 microcoulomb placed at the center of square? First of all, can you tell force is a scalar quantity or vector quantity?
Vector.
Vector. What is resultant of vector? Vector sum, na?
Yes.
Yes. So they are telling there are four charges located at ABC. Charge at A is 2 microcoulomb. Charge at B is -5 microcoulomb. Charge at C is 2 microcoulomb. And charge at D is -5 microcoulomb are located at the corners of the square ABCD whose side is 10 centimeter each. 10 centimeter, 10 centimeter.
Hello, sir.
Yes, dear. I'm just explaining this ninth sum of the textbook, which is actually solved, but again I'm explaining. So it is given like this: four charges QA, QB, QC, QD are at corner. Values are 2, -5, 2, and -5. And there is force. What is the force acting on charge? 1 microcoulomb placed at the center of square. 1 microcoulomb placed at the center of square. Point of intersection of diagonal is called as center of square. Here the charge placed is 1 microcoulomb. Okay. Now I want net force. If two charges are positive, what will be the nature of force? Pardon? Attractive or? Same charge is repelling. Unlike then?
Attracting.
Okay, attraction. So this is positive charge. This is positive charge. So this will experience repulsing force outward. I hope you followed. This force you followed, F1.
Yes, sir.
This if I call fifth charge, so F on fifth. This is say negative. So these two will attract, no? So this will go here. This also I hope you followed. Force acting on fifth charge due to second. Clear? Direction clear?
Yes, sir.
Now third charge, positive. Positive means this way repulsion. Yes, once followed. Direction part.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fourth one, positive negative, so it will be attracted. So this charge will not repel outward, but it will be attracted by this. So this is nothing but force acting on fifth due to fourth. Now can you see the charges forces are oppositely acting on the same line? Can you see? F15 is this 2 and 5 wala charge. And F, this third one, are they equal in magnitude? Because 1, 5, Q is 2, Q is 1. Here 2, here 1. So magnitude wise they are same.
Yes, sir.
So can I say resultant of these two forces will be 0? Will be 0. Okay. Second part. Force on 5 due to 2, force on 5 due to 4. Let us check they are equal. 5, 1, 5, 1. They are also equal and opposite. So even this resultant of these forces will also be 0. So all the forces are cancelling. Therefore, net force at 1 microcoulomb equal to 0. Now, any doubt?
So I had a doubt, like just overall, not in this sum.
So when they mention like any number of charges, like they don't say negative or positive. We assume it as positive only now, all charges.
No, so here they have given no, 2 is plus, this is minus, this is plus, this is minus. If they don't write anything, then plus.
Yes.
But here they have specified, no, minus 5. Okay. Now till 15th, you are telling only this was doubt, na? Hello?
So I don't have any other doubt.
Once you wait up, because for you have to explain. So for you right now, there is no doubt.
So,
Yes,
so
clear.
can you explain example 13?
I can explain 13. 13, yes, explaining. 13 is very good sum, that also. JEE ka favorite hai. So shall I clear ninth one first?
One
Yes.
second, I'm writing.
Yes, right. Understand and write. This will be 4 marks MCQ. Once tomorrow you are free anytime.
Yes, sir.
What time you are free tomorrow?
Anytime, sir.
Acha, acha. So after the lecture, just wait 2 minutes so that we'll discuss the timing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem.
Yes, sir, done.
Okay. 13th you want, na?
Yes, sir.
13th is very beautiful sum. 13. 2 pieces of copper, each of mass 10 gram, are 10 centimeter apart from each other. So 2 pieces of copper, mass 10 gram, are 10 centimeter apart. One electron per 1000 atom is transferred from one to other. How much Colombian force acts between them? What is force between them? If one electron out of 1000 atom is transferred from one to another, atomic weight of copper is 63.5 gram per mole. Avogadro number Na is 6 into 10 raised to 23 per mole. Charge of electron given 1 upon 4 pi epsilon. Okay. Suppose this 10 gram has 1000 atoms. Then how many electrons will be lost from here? Hello? If 10 gram of copper has 1000 atoms, then can I say it will release 1 electron? Because they are telling 1 electron is per 1000 atom is going from one to other. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So my first job is 10 gram of copper contains how many copper atoms? What do you mean by atomic weight? Have you heard earlier? Atomic weight contains how many atoms? Avogadro number, na?
Avogadro's number.
Yes. So my 63.5 gram contains this many number of atoms. So 10 gram contains how many can I calculate?
Yes, sir.
Once I calculate that, I can find number of electron. If I know number of electron, then one is having positive charge due to that lost electron, other is having negative charge. So 63.5 gram corresponds to Avogadro number. So 10 gram corresponds to how many atoms? So it is nothing but number of atoms will be 10 into Avogadro upon 63.5. Have you followed? This is the only line which we make mistake. This much clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just copy till this.
Yes, sir.
Atomic weight means nothing but Avogadro number. So 10 gram is this many atom. Done, na? Okay. Now 1000 atom means 1 electron. So this many atom, how many electron? Once I get that, my sum is solved. Then it becomes smooth, right? Very simple sum. So we can say now, since 1000 atoms corresponds to 1 electron. So 10 into Avogadro number upon 63.5 corresponds to 10 into Na upon 63.5 divided by 1000. So number of electron will be 10 into Avogadro, which is 6 into 10 raised to 23 upon 63.5 into 10 raised to 3. I hope this line also you followed.
Yes, sir.
Now when you simplify this, this will become 6 into 10 raised to 24 upon 6.35 into 10 raised to 4. That means it is 6 upon 6.35 into 10 raised to 20. So it can be 60 upon 6.35 into 10 raised to 19. I'm doing with calculator. 60 upon 6.35. 60 upon 6.35. 60 divided by 6.35 equals to 9.44. I am getting 8. So 9.448 can be round off 9.45 into 10 raised to this many electron. One is losing, other is gaining. So now you can say therefore force is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square. That is nothing but 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 9.45 into 10 raised to 19 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 square, because both are same charge, one is positive, other is negative, and distance is given 10 centimeter. 10 centimeter is 10 raised to minus 1 square. I think you followed till this. Till this you followed.
Yes, sir.
Can I clear this right hand side part, lower one?
Yes, sir.
No, see how to simplify. See, this is not MCQ, no? So therefore, calculation wise it may be difficult. Concept wise, understand properly. फिर MCQ में you can cancel it. They will give value in such a way. So now I can say this is like 9 into 10 raised to 9. My 10 raised to 19 minus 19 cancels. 9.45 into 1.6 square upon 10 raised to minus 2. So 9 into 9.45 into 1.6 square into 10 raised to 11. This then you have to just simplify. Can I leave for you? Okay, followed now?
Yes, sir.
Now till 15th, there is absolutely no doubt for you all in concept. Okay. If you are done, just tell me so that I can clear. Shall I clear it?
Yes, sir.
Now homework will be sum number 16 to 16, 17. Last sum is 25, 30, 31, 35, till 37 are there. So try till 37 because we have got Saturday, Sunday and Monday morning, 2 slots are there. Because if you are doing all these sums now, 101% your bits, JEE and ISC board exams all will be easier because they have included very good sums. Now objective I think I did for you till 1 to 15 on that day, correct? 1 to 15 I had done.
So we did 1 to 11.
No, 1 to 11 only MCQ I did.
So the numericals, yeah, but MCQ we finished 15.
MCQ only I'm telling. We finished not till 15.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. And after that we started with I think numericals. That we did 1 to 11, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. There is lot of work for you all because so many things you are doing, it will take time. So I'm starting with competitive examination question, page number 44. Can you see that? Page number 44.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That I'm doing for you first. Let epsilon 0 denotes dimensional formula of permittivity of vacuum. If M, L, T and A are electric current, then what is dimensional formula of that? Do you know unit of epsilon naught? Remember unit of this? Force is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R square. So epsilon naught is 1 upon 4 pi Q1 Q2 upon FR square. That means unit of epsilon naught will be Coulomb square upon Newton meter square. So if I know unit, can I think of dimension? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Coulomb is charge. Charge is nothing but IT. So in dimension it is written A1 T1 raised to 2 Newton.
Sorry, but which question is this in the textbook?
Page number 44, first term, multiple questions having only one correct option.
Yeah, yes, I got it. Thank you.
So epsilon naught is Coulomb square, which is nothing but A1 T1 square. Newton is M1 L1 T minus 2. You know the dimensions or shall I explain?
So we know.
Because if I want dimension of force, I should know its formula MA. M is represented as M1. Area, this A acceleration is meter per second square. So I have parted this M1 L1 T minus 2. M1 L1 T minus 2. M1 L1 T minus 2. You have to remember this force definition, dimension. Frequently it is there. M1 L1 T minus 2. M1 L1 T minus 2. M1 L1 T minus 2. So finally it will become M goes up minus 1. L2, L1 is L3 becomes minus 3. T2 and this minus 2 goes up, it will become T0. T2, no, T4. T4. And A2, check where it is given. M minus 1, L minus 3, T2, T4 and A2. Can you see option B? Hello? See, it was asked in JEE main 2013. So JEE is not difficult if you have done each and everything. Complete this, then I'm trying next one for you.
Yes, sir.
What?
Yes.
Suppose charge of a proton and electron differ slightly. One of them is minus E. Electron charge is minus E and proton it should be plus E, but they're telling this differing by delta E. if net electrostatic force and gravitational force, between two hydrogen atoms placed at distance apart is zero. So result of these two is zero, gravitational and electrostatic force. Then delta E is of what order? If mass of hydrogen, they are telling 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. Okay, when we are finding order of magnitude, then we don't write this numerical value. We only write integral power of 10. So integral power of 10 we have to find. What is 0 they have given? This net is 0, no? Hello? This net is 0. That means their magnitude must be same. Then only it can become 0 if it is directed opposite.
Yes.
So first this line we have to understand. Magnitude wise they are same. I know this gravitational formula G into mass because it is same hydrogen, m square upon r square. Okay. Now my only problem is electrostatic force. Can I say it is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon charge E into E plus delta E? Can I write like this?
Yes.
So it will become 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught E square minus E into delta E minus E, and this is E plus delta E. Now this is the concept which you have to understand properly. Electron is minus E and this is slightly more. If both are equal in that hydrogen atom, then it will be electrically neutral or not? This is hydrogen atom. If it has got same proton and same electron, what is net charge? 0.
Yes, sir.
But because it was greater by delta E, so charge, see, this is hydrogen mass. This is another hydrogen mass separated by certain distance. Now don't get confused with this distance. They are separated by this distance. So if this has minus charge and this has E plus delta E, this will get cancelled. Net charge is delta E or not on the first hydrogen? Hello?
Yes.
So I cannot write E into E plus that. That is why I'm talking about forces between proton and electron. They want force between mass of hydrogen and hydrogen. So it will be now net charge possessed by that hydrogen is extra proton, that is delta E plus square. I hope now you follow this line. This line clear? Yes, this line clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
1 upon 4 pi epsilon is 10 raised to 9 into 10 raised to 9.
So I had a doubt. So we equated both Fe and Fg as like gravitational law and electrostatics law, right?
No, gravitational force, electrostatic force.
Yeah.
Because they are telling net is 0. If net electric force, net gravitational force is 0, that means their total is 0, no? Like that. So magnitude wise they are same, no? Direction wise they might be opposite.
So why shouldn't we take it Fe is equals to minus Fg?
When you are solving the numerical, minus indicates direction.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
So it's in the opposite direction.
They are in opposite direction with same magnitude, therefore net is 0, no? See, when you write minus F means magnitude and this is opposite, means left side, right we take positive, this is the meaning. See, when I write vector R12 is minus of R21 vector, what does it mean? If this is positive, then this will be negative, no?
Yes, sir.
Still doubt or it is clear? Still doubt is there or it is cleared?
Yes, it is clear, sir. It's clear. The direction is opposite, but the magnitude is same.
Yeah, yes. Then only it will be zero. Na? See, suppose this is electrostatic force, this is gravitational force. If this is 5, this is 5, then only result will become 0.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So delta I square. G is 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 into mass is 1.67, 10 raised to minus 27, 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27. Both sides this r square will get cancelled. So I can say delta E square will be 6.67 into 1.67 into 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 minus 27 minus 11 is minus 54 minus 11, which is minus 65 upon 9 into 10 raised to 9. Now I am interested in only integral power of 10, which is called order of magnitude. Just look how I am simplifying. First, any doubt in concept? First, your concept should be strong. Then calculation should be bothered about. So delta E square is 6.67 into 1.67 ka square upon 9 into 10 raised to 9 goes up minus 74. Okay. Hello?
Yes, sir.
This will be root of 6.67 into 1.67 upon 3 into 10 raised to minus 37, taking square root. This also okay.
Yes, sir.
If I get value as 5.23 into 10 raised to minus 37, that is before decimal digit is 5 or more than 5, then my order will be add 1 to the integral power of it. If it is 4, 3, 2, 1, I will discard. So can you suggest me what is 6.67 close to? 6.25?
Yes, sir.
What is square root of 6.25?
0.5.
2.5. What is 26 square? 6 point.
6.76.
This is nearly I can take 2.5 no? Into 1.67 into 3 into 10 raised to minus 3 into roughly 8.8. Now clear cut 1.67 into 0.8 is less than 5 only. Na? Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So order of magnitude of delta E is 10 raised to minus 37. Any doubt? Very good one. Huh? Clearly followed full?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just complete, then I am doing next sum.
Done, sir.
So, two charges each equal to Q are kept at x equal to minus A and x equal to plus A on x. This means one is on the left side, other is on the right hand side. If this is origin, one charge, two charges each of Q are placed at x equal to minus A and x equal to A, charge Q and Q are placed. Particle of mass m and charge q not equal to q by 2 is placed at origin. Mass m and q naught by 2 charge is placed at the origin. Q naught is given small displacement, such that y is very less than a along y, but very small displacement. the net force acting on the particle is proportional to. Again, see, because it is proportional, we have to find it can become easier. If to calculate, then it will be difficult. So if the charge Q0 upon 2 is given small displacement, then there will be force acting between these two, which will be in outward direction because repulsive. Same way, there will be force between these two also, repulsive. Okay, this much okay.
Yes, sir.
Now this distance and this distance are same, okay, and this is y. That means this distance is also same. By Pythagoras, it will be same. So magnitude of F acting on both sides is same or different?
Same.
Yeah, it is same. We are interested in net force is proportional to y. So if I call this angle as theta, then even this will be theta, vertically opposite. Correct, no?
Yes.
So can you have two components of this? F sine theta and F cos theta. Similarly, if this angle is theta, even this will be theta because it is just mirror image. So this is theta. Two component I get F sine theta, F cos theta. F sine on left, F sine on right, they will cancel each other. So can I say net force is F cos plus F cos, which will be 2 times F cos? Yes, once you follow this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So till this, please copy. Then I'm simplifying that cos theta wala part.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now force between two charges is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon charge q into q naught by 2. How much is q naught given? Charge q naught
By 2.
q by 2. So q naught I will write q by 2. Charge q naught is q by 2. Q by 2.
I have a doubt, sir. We are considering that the force is acting on the particle, like in a tangential way.
Wrong. Force always acts along the line joining two charges. So this is one charge. This is another charge. This will be the force acting on repulsion. It is not tangential. It is called line joining. Then this will resolve into two components. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand.
So q into q by 2 into cos theta upon r square. Here it will be this distance square. What will be this distance from this one? Will it be root of y square plus a square? By Pythagoras theorem. This is a, this is y, then this will be root of a square plus y square. Okay. Hello. Now cos theta you have to help me. Cos theta is adjacent side, that is y, upon hypotenuse, which is root of y square plus a square. Clear this also? Now this 2 we can cancel. Huh? So that means net force will become 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q square into y upon y square plus a square raised to 3 by 2. Okay, raised to 3 by 2 is clear with you again. Root and square will get cancelled, so power 1. Y square plus a square ka root means power half. So it is y square plus a square into y square plus a square raised to half. So together it will be raised to 1 by 3 by 2. Now they are telling y is very small. If y is very small, its square can be neglected, which we did to do the electric dipole wala sum. So here since y is very small, y is very less than a, so y square can be neglected. Therefore net force will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q square y upon a square raised to 3 by 2. All are constant except this y. F net is proportional. Please take option. Yes, option A. Complete properly. Understand and complete. Take your own time, because once you have understood, then you can do fast. Once you complete, please guide me.
So I'm done.
Shall I
Yes,
clear?
sir. Yes, sir.
Fourth one. See, these are not board level question. This is to only it will ask in entrance only. This is very good. Some fourth one. Two identical charged sphere suspended from common point. Two identical charged spheres suspended by common point by two massless string of equal length. Initially at distance of d and this length string is f. Distance is very small than length of string. So they get separated because of their mutual repulsion. There is some repulsion force, therefore they keep on moving away. The charge begins to leak from both the sphere at constant rate. That means rate of loss of charge, they are telling it is constant. When charge becomes less, then force of repulsion will become less. As a result, they come closer. Means earlier if they were here, then they will come closer as a result. They come closer. As a result, they approach each other with velocity v. Then as a function of distance x between them will be what? So they are coming closer with velocity v as function of distance x we have to find. The rate of flow of charge they are telling it is constant. So can I say at equilibrium, suppose this is angle theta at the start. Suppose this is angle theta at any instant and distance between them is x. This is length of the string. Force acting will be mg downward, repulsive force is outward, F due to charges. So if I extend this, this is theta, this will be also theta. These two lines are parallel. These are called corresponding angle, no? Theta, theta. Hello? Hello? What is tan theta from the figure? Can you tell? From this figure, can you tell what is tan theta? Electrostatic force, which is opposite side, upon mg, which is adjacent side. Clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Just copy till this, then I'm explaining further. It's not very easy, sir. But again, slowly, your concept should get here. This is tension.
Yes, sir.
So if I want to convert, get relation between x, so tan theta is this opposite side upon adjacent side, you know? But angle is very small, then tan theta can be taken as its total distance is x. So this is nothing but x by 2. And distance was very small, they have given. For small angle, tan theta is same as sine theta, which is electrical force upon mg. Now sine theta, if I take, it is opposite side x by 2 divided by hypotenuse L is electrical force upon mg. So I can say x upon 2L is electrical force upon mg. Electrical force you can write 1 upon 4 pi, we can write k. Charge is same, q. So q square upon distance, which is x square, divided by mg. Please copy till this now. For small angle, tan theta is same as sine theta. Angle small because they have given this is very small as compared to length. So this angle will be small.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now hardly 3 lines left out to understand further. We want velocity in terms of distance and rate of charge lost is given constant. So somehow we should get dq by dt. M is constant, G is constant, length is constant. So I'm just separating out q square and x. So we can say x cube equal to k q square into 12 upon mg. Therefore, x cube is proportional to q square. I hope this much also you follow.
Yes, sir.
X cube equals to this. What is derivative of x cube? Is it 3x
3x
square?
square.
With respect to t, we are differentiating. So into dx by dt. Correct now?
Yes, sir.
This is 2 dq by dt.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So dq by dt differentiating with respect to t. dq by dt is constant. So that means q is proportional to x raised to 3 by 2. So dq by dt is proportional to 3 by 2 x raised to 3 by 2 minus 1 into dx by dt. Therefore, d cube by dt is proportional to 3 by 2 x raised to half into velocity v. Now, this is constant equals to constant, or have you understood? If I bring here, this whole thing is constant, this and this. So we can say x raised to half v is equals to constant. Okay, this all are constant. Not followed?
Yes,
So
sir, I got it.
v is proportional to 1 upon x raised to half. So final answer will be v proportional to x raised to minus. This is the result. Just write and go through full solution. If doubt, then you ask me again. This is bit lengthy sum. First you write full solution. Once again ask if you have doubt.
So even after taking derivative, we have to write dx by dt.
No, why we wrote? See, maths may, have you heard? If y is x, then dy by dx is derivative n x raised to n minus 1. Hai na?
Yes, sir.
But if you are differentiating with respect to t, then extra dx by dt comes. That is called chain rule. See, y, now q is function of x, but dq by dx would be without dx by dt. But you are taking different parameter, na? dt.
Yes, sir.
So that's why once again you have to take derivative of this quantity. This you know, or shall I explain you?
So I got it.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt now? Go through full solution. All the sums are unique one. If doubt is there, ask. Otherwise, I'm starting with the next sum then.
No doubt, sir.
Sum number 5. This is bit easier. 2-point charges A and B having charges plus Q and minus Q respectively are placed at certain distance apart. Force between them is F. So plus Q and minus Q are at certain distance apart. Force acting between them is F. If 25% charge of A is given to B, 25% of A is given to B, then force between them will become how much? So first Q1 is Q, Q2 is minus Q, Q1 dash will be left out, 25% lost. Now from here, what will be Q minus 25% of Q? Will it be 75 upon 100 of Q? Hello? And similarly, what will be Q2 now?
Minus 75 by 100 cube.
So 25% charge is transferred to that. So Q2 dash will be minus Q plus 25% of Q. Because from here it is gone but added to this. I took capital, small. So therefore this will become how much? 1 by 4, correct?
Yes, sir.
If you cancel this, this is 3 by 4 cube. This is 1 by 4. So minus 3 by 4 cube. So now my first force F is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught QQ upon R square, equation 1. And new force F dash will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 3 by 4 Q into 3 by 4 Q upon R square. Therefore, F dash equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 3 into 3 9 upon 16 Q square by R square, equation 2. So F dash upon F will be 9 by 16 Q square upon R square into R square upon Q square. This will get cancelled. So F dash equal to 9 by 16 F. Okay. This is 9 by 16.
Yes, sir.
Next sum. This will you try? I have already explained this type of sum. Three charges plus q, small q and plus q are placed at distance 0, that means origin, at d by 2 and distance t from origin. If net force experienced by plus q at origin is 0, then what is value of small q? So if I call this as first charge, second charge, third charge, F net on q at O is 0. That means force acting on first due to second plus force acting on first due to third, total is 0. So force on first second is same as minus of F13. So 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. First charge is q, second charge is small q, and distance is d by 2 the whole square. This is same as 1 upon 4 pi, first charge q, third charge q, distance is d, so d square. 1 by 4 pi epsilon, 1 q you can cancel. So q upon d square by 4 is minus of q upon d square. So this will become q equals to d square by 4 into minus q upon d square. D square cancel. So q should be minus q by 4. Minus q by 4, option. So
So where did F12 and F14 come from?
F,
So where did F12 and F from?
what you're saying? F,
So where did F12 and F14 come from?
it is not 12. It is force acting on first charge due to second charge. What we have written, net force on q at origin is 0. Net force means on first who is giving force, second is giving a,
Yes, sir.
and even third is giving. I don't know about their direction, so therefore I didn't draw the diagram, because one has to be outward, other has to be inward. That's why one is negative, other is positive here. Hello? So this
Yes, sir.
two and this two will repel. This should be opposite. Huh?
One is attractional and the other one is repulsion.
Repulsion. With the answer to have 0, we should have always oppositely directed vectors with same magnitude.
Yes, sir.
Done. Shall I clear?
Yes, sir.
7. 6 charges of equal magnitude, 3 positive and 3 negative, are placed at P, Q, R, S, T, U corners of regular hexagon such that field at center O is double that of what it would have been if only positive charge is placed at R. If only one positive charge is placed at R, then the arrangement of charges of at P, Q, R, S, T and U respectively would be of which type? This is a bit difficult. 7th. Regular hexagon. This is R, Q, P, Q, R, S, T. That means 6 charges or of equal magnitude, 3 positive and 3 negative are to be placed at P, Q, R, S, T. Who is placed at P, who is placed at Q, we don't know. But we are having 3 positive and 3 negative of same magnitude are to be placed such that the field at center O is point of intersection of all the diagonal. Here it is 0. Such that the field at center O is double that of what it would have been if only one positive charge is placed at R. Then the arrangement of P, Q, R, S, T and U would be how much? What is R field's magnitude they are telling?
Positive.
Positive. So they're telling the electric field due to R should be whatever it is, answer should be double, na? So if this is suppose one charge, if its intensity is coming this way outward, I don't know what is charge, I'm telling, suppose it is positive, then this is outward, then this should be negative so that it will be inward. So when it is individual, it is E, and when all gets cancelled, then it will become 2E, which will become double of original. Hello?
So, but why do we need both in the same direction?
Then only it will become double, na? Double means what? Add, no?
Oh, it's given double.
Okay, now I don't know who is positive, who is negative, but one should be plus, other should be minus, that much I know. Then only plus outward minus inward, result will be double, provided rest all are cancelling each other. This also you followed?
Yes, sir.
Now if P is negative, so it will give you this way field, E due to P.
Yes, sir.
And if S is EQRS, suppose this is positive, this is P is negative, then field will be inward. S is positive, then it will be outward. If Q is positive, what will happen? Q positive, then it will be outward. And if Q is negative, P, Q, R, S. We want answer to become double. Okay. 1 minute, wait, huh? See. This is trial and error. Which will come correct, we have to see. If R was having positive charge, clear cut there everyone. R is having positive charge, then answer of final should become double. So I take first one, P positive, Q positive, R to it is fixed, they are telling positive. This is minus, this is minus, this is minus. Let us check answer will become double or not of individual R. Direction based sum, trial and error one. This is first one, that is P. So if it is positive, this will be E1. If this is positive, this will be E2. And if this is positive, this will be E3. If this is negative, this will be E4. And if this is negative, then this will be E5. This is negative, this will be E6. So this all, will they cancel? Clear cut, we are saying all will add, result can't become 0. Of, we want only this, no? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So this is not possible because this remaining are not cancelling. Now B, they are telling plus minus plus minus plus C. Plus minus plus minus plus minus. Positive outward, negative inward, this one. For this negative inward, for this positive outward, for negative inward, ये तो double हो गया. This positive away, this negative is okay. Still it will not cancel, so we can't take this as answer. C. Now they are telling minus plus plus minus plus minus, this will check. Minus plus plus minus plus minus. So this negative will be inward, this negative inward, so this will get cancelled. This positive outward, this positive outward, this will also get cancelled. This positive outward, this negative inward, double हो जाएगा. So this is correct. I hope you followed.
Yes, sir.
Uns followed properly? Hello, Uns?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Because in this case, this cancel, this two cancels, only left out here double. मतलब ये R वाले का double becomes U, resultant intensity. So this is the correct option. So this was trial and error. By putting the values given, we have to see the direction and check the result. Complete, then I'm doing next one.
Yes, sir, done.
Sum number 8. 2-point charges Q1 10 microcoulomb, Q2 minus 25 microcoulomb are placed at x equal to 1 and x equal to 4 respectively. Again, beautiful sum. Two charges root 10 and minus 25 are at 1 and 4 on x-axis. 0, 1, 4 on x-axis. This is Q1 equals to root 10 microcoulomb and Q2 is minus 25 microcoulomb. The electric field at y equal to 3 on y-axis will be how much? Electric field at y equals to 3 on y-axis will be how much? Answer is given in Ij. Take epsilon 0 as 9 into 10 raised to 9. What will be the electric field at that point? Both the charges are same or one is positive, other is negative?
Positive, negative.
So direction will not remain same. Just check now. Now this is a point. This is positive charge. So direction of intensity here will be outward. Huh? If I call even, correct?
Yes, sir.
This will have two components. One along y-axis. This angle is theta. This is 90. This if I take theta. So it will have two components. Theta, theta, this way. 1, 2. Then for negative charge, we have to see the direction. Negative charge means intensity is towards the charge from that point inward. That means it will be directed this way, E2. Correct now? Direction part.
Yes, sir.
So intensity due to charge Q1 is E1. Due to charge Q2 I have taken E2. Now you are interested in vector form. Vector means here E, I, E1 bar, first magnitude, then unit vector I will take along this. This distance is nothing but 1 and this distance is 3 they have given. So magnitude wise it is 9 into 10 raised to 9, which is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon, into charge, which is root 10, micro means 10 raised to minus 6, upon distance. What will be this distance? This one?
2.
Pardon?
2, right?
No, this is 3, this is 1. So this distance how much?
So 2. Oh, no, not sorry, not 2. Root 10.
Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah, root 10.
Root 10. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon q into r square, which is root 10 square. Root 10 square. So intensity is outward. We want in terms of I cap and j cap. Hello?
Yes, sir.
So if I want to multiply unit vector in this direction, this is root 10. So unit vector along this is vector divided by its magnitude. R bar upon R is called unit vector. I think you know this. Hello?
Yes, sir.
So R bar is nothing but this distance, which can I say root 10, and that vector will be this distance, which is 1 plus 3, na? 3j, and this is you are going on left side, no? 3j cap. Hello?
Yes, sir.
See, this is that vector
Minus I cap, no?
minus I cap. Why? Because this is this direction displacing. Because my vector is this, going from point to away. So it is this vectors we have to take in this direction. So in this direction means left. So therefore minus I cap. Now if I write this, root 10 cancel. So 9 into 10 raised to 3 upon 10 into 3j minus I cap. This is E1, first equation. Just copy this much. Then we'll find E2.
Yes, sir.
E2, and then we will add E1 bar plus E2 bar to get resultant. I got E1 bar, which is 9 into 10 raised to 3 upon 10 3j minus I cap. Now similarly we can get E2 bar, first its magnitude 9 into 10 raised to 9 into charge Q2 25 into 10 raised to minus 6 upon distance square. This is 4 and this is 3. So what will be this distance?
5.
5. 5. Then this is inward. So its unit vector will be in this direction with these two components. These two components means right and downward. Huh? So right is 4i cap and downward is minus 3j cap. Divide by 5 because we have to take r bar upon r. Okay. E2 clear? E2?
Yes.
5 into 5 25. 9 into 5 45 upon 5 square 25 into 10 raised to minus 3 4 I cap minus 3j cap. 5 into 9 5 into 5. So 9 upon 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 4 I cap minus 3j cap is E2. Copy till E2. Ten raised to plus 3 it is. So 1.8 into 10 raised to plus 3 4 I cap minus 3j cap. That is nothing but 18 into 10 raised to 2 4 I cap minus 3j cap. Shall I clear full?
Yes, sir.
So net intensity E bar equals to E1 bar plus E2 bar. What we got E1 bar as? 9 into 10 raised to 2 3 j cap minus I cap plus 18 into 10 raised to 2 4 I cap minus 3j cap. Now you can take 9 into 10 raised to 2 common. So 3j minus I cap plus 2 into 4 I cap minus 3j cap. That will become 9 into 10 raised to 2 3j cap minus I cap plus 8 I cap minus 6j cap. That is 9 into 10 raised to 2 8 and this 7I minus 3j cap. Check for this option. 7I minus 3j cap is given. 10 raised to 2.
So
Okay.
you multiplied 9 inside.
When we multiply inside, we'll get 63 I cap in plus and minus 27. That means option A. Very important sum. First attempt it may not click. In board it will never come this. Huh? Only in JEE or in main or advanced they can ask. Not even NEET. So till this you have completed full.
Yes, sir.
So today we stop here. You complete till 30 that full solved sums. Doubt I will explain and then we'll complete this and then start with new chapter. Mostly Wednesday I will start new chapter. Sunday test on this chapters, theory and lighter MCQs, numerical I will do, not MCQ.